Yeah, we're looking at Alicia Baumgardner versus Delphine Persoon. All right, and so this was like the comeback fight for Alicia. Uh,
And this
It's
correct
was
me if
been,
in,
I'm wrong.
yeah, it's been a
Correct me
little
if I'm
bit.
wrong. There was like a little bit of controversy as far as some suspected PED usage and things of that nature. So,
Right, right.
so this was a
But
different. This was
supposedly
well,
clean, right? That's what we're going with.
Mhm.
right, right. So, but this was a Thursday bout. Thursday. I forget what the promotional was, but there's a lot
Yeah,
of boxing. There's a lot of boxing, and if you wouldn't know, you can find it. And if you got the
right.
right algorithm, it's gonna show up for you anyway. So, um,
Absolutely.
Strap, you want
Yeah.
to get your analysis on it?
I just saw I was following Twitter boxing, and they Flip was in there, and they were just going at it. I didn't peep the head collision, or
So
so I had to
I
had
I
to
was
replay.
skeptical. I'm not the most knowledgeable on women fighters, although I do have a great respect for it and enjoy it. Persoon, when she walked in the ring with this knee brace, I had to say, all right, let me do a little background. But I did see that she's very battle tested. I think she came in with a record of like 49-3. So I was like, okay, that's just maybe just a little wear and tear. Um, but when you see something like that, like off rip, I'm like,
Your mind
that's
is the come on. Yeah.
that's telling me where I need to, my footwork, where I need to move, and but yeah, absolutely, Alicia, she looked sharp, and it was definitely trending towards her direction,
Mhm.
um, up until the final moments where there was the headbutt.
Mhm.
Um, so, I mean, what state is this? Because that's the interesting thing too about boxing is that there's no universal rules, right? There's no one universal governing body. It depends, it varies state to state. And so this was a
Right. Right.
incidental headbutt prior to the completion of the fourth round, so which is automatically a no contest.
Mhm. Does and correct me if I'm wrong. Alicia is from Flint or Detroit?
No,
Detroit.
she's actually, I think she fights out of Detroit, but I think she's from Toledo, Ohio.
Oh,
So
okay.
I believe
Did she come out?
she fought
Go ahead.
under, don't let me mess it up. He fought the guy that he
Harrison.
upset one of the Charlos.
Harrison.
Mhm.
So she's still
Yeah.
fighting with
Yeah,
Harrison.
yeah.
I'm not saying she's still fighting, but I think she kind of
Uh,
when she the eyeballs came to her. So
right.
Is it
Yeah, because I was wondering
David
if it
Haney's
was
father kind of like training her too?
they
I'm not that
they posted some stuff
deep into the woods.
on social media, but she was working on her previous fight, but that was a while ago.
Okay.
With the pro boxer Tony Harrison out of
Yeah.
Detroit.
There you go.
But they're not working with each other. Yeah, it says also with Bill Haney.
Bill Haney, because
Okay.
I thought she
Yeah,
was
yeah,
training with
yeah.
Bill Haney.
Tony
Uh,
Harrison and Bill Haney. So yeah, there's that. Tony Harrison,
one thing I would
solid
say,
boxer.
one thing I would say about Baumgardner is she's gonna be. I mean, she is what she is. She's a great fighter. Um,
Big
do
name in
you
the sport.
big name in this? Do you think it makes sense for Carissa to come down to fight her? Because they were studying a little bit of static to get that idea
Hey,
that idea
boxing
to
is money.
marinate.
If money can be made, butts can be put in seats. There's always the
I
conversation
think
could be had, but there's weight classes for a reason.
Carissa is too big.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
that's where
it's what
they're going.
whatever Clarissa is comfortable doing. It's evident that she does sacrifice a little power to go down, but when she does go down, it's still the masterful defensive displays that she puts on. You know,
Mhm.
even if she's not delivering knockout performances at those lower weight classes, she's still putting on just textbook, just clinics. And she's really one of my favorite fighters, and we need to talk about her more.
Yeah, give
I
her
think
flowers.
I think the last Baumgardner fight I saw was she was in the UK fighting Michaela, I believe. Did she fight Michaela in the UK? She did fight Michaela.
They fought a couple of years. Yeah, they did fight, but they was because I actually was looking at that. They fought a while ago. If I can get that
A while ago.
pull up real quick.
It was a very convincing fight. It was very good. Well, hopefully she.
It might make more sense for a Serrano fight to happen. You know.
Serrano.
Yeah, exactly.
You
can probably.
Yeah.
You can probably make up that difference, but you're just ultimately we're talking about the names in women's boxing facing each other. So if you're looking for pathways, there's more likely a pathway for Serrano than I think it is for Clarissa Shields. So, and you're right, we got to give Clarissa Shields her flowers, man. She over here on social media defending herself, and the boxing community needs to do that. I get you. You want to pump your own. Pump your own story up and tell how great you are. But yeah, I think she's probably a little myth that some of the coverage when it comes to women's sports in general. So
right,
shout out to Clarissa Shields,
Olympian,
all-time great boxer, men and women, all-time great.
Yeah, and it's sad to see how she has to balance it out to have to do MMA and do this and do that just to keep to maintain this thing that one and you'll find some fighters only fight one mil. Right?
Yeah, I think that comes to like the amount of opponents she can have in boxing, the money obviously, but she's a competitor at the end of the day. So I support her venturing out into other things. I would love to see her box and be on the biggest stages. And I think before we get to the twilight of her career, I would love to see her just big name, big stage, big fights. So we can have that appreciation.
Taking away her achievements, just putting them to the side. Butts to seats, because really and truly, that's what boxing is: butts to seats, right? And do you think she can fill out? Not MGM.
So look, right now she's doing. Right now she's doing like Little Caesars in Detroit. So you see what I'm saying?
Like filling it out.
Yeah, she Flint, Michigan.
That's legit. If she could fill out not fighting on a dude's card, just strictly women. Because I know in the UK they support their women out there. When she went to fight the other lady from
Vanna Marshall.
Yes, I think it was her. They sold out. They sold out without dudes being on the card. But I don't know stateside if they've been selling out without having like a marquee dude on the card. Like she's part of the card.
The Serrano card at Madison Square Garden was electric. I can pull that one up. That was one of the best cards. Oh, was it all women? Was that the Katie Taylor fight?
Because I know she fights under Jake Paul. Jake Paul is the pool.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Under that,
the Madison Square Garden card.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I don't think I've not seen an all women's card in the States. It's happened in the UK. I don't think it's happened in the States yet.
Okay, that's something to definitely keep an eye out.
So when I seen her in person. It was a DAZN, and she was like basically like the co-main with Jarrell Miller. That was the setup fight, intended to be the setup fight for Joshua. So, but
so the Taylor Serrano fight in 2022 was slated to be the biggest women's fight of all time. A headline at Madison Square Garden, with the undisputed titles on the line. And Taylor won by split decision, and it was named Fight of the Year by Sports Illustrated. So I guess you could say, so there is a proof of concept a little bit.
And Taylor, though, if that fight happened in the UK, they're selling out the O2. The UK fans are just different. Right. Like, they love their fighting sports. Like
I agree.
They support.
But Madison Square Garden, giving respect to one of the mecca venues in boxing, so many classic events being held there. So being able to get the fight of the year and headline that event in this modern era, there are ways to get it done. So talking about Clarissa, Baumgardner, Serrano, all these ladies, Shade's Agree. I just threw her in there because I love her. She's dope.
You got to get creative.
Exactly.
There's a pathway, and you have to be creative.
You have to be creative.
I have some ideas, but not for free.
Exactly. Same. I'm glad you said that.
Do you think it's the work of the boxer or the promoters? What would make that layup happen, or it's both together with your social media?
How to promote, right? The investment, where you invest in your funds as far as marketing and advertising. Sometimes you got to think outside the box. The product, right? The product is the product, but how do you display the product? So,
yeah.
You can't just put it all on the fighter. A lot of people, that's the easy way out is,
gimmicky thing or say something.
Oh yeah, it can't.
Media wars.
I heard the promoter say that they can't tell a fight.
Yeah,
and it's like the fighter's job is to fight.
Yeah,
that's why they're the boxers.
Exactly.
So, we'll have to get into some promoter talk because when what I shared during the week with Chris Eubanks and Frank Warren and all that. We might. I don't know if we want to slide into that now, but I think that promoter boxer relationship, I think that's a topic for discussion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's come back to that.